Michael is a music biopic about one of the biggest, not one of, probably the biggest pop star we have ever had. And you definitely get music from his shows. I was surprised to see this actually got a lot of critical panning when it came out. It was considered nothing more than a montage of music videos connected by a plot. And yeah, that's what almost every music biopic has been, and you get exactly what you pay for. So I don't really get the criticism there, if I'm honest, because that's exactly what you would want from one of these. And I think the story here works well enough. I'd say it actually works better than a lot of music biopics I've seen. Michael has a clear character arc here. I'm sure there's things that mega fans of Michael Jackson would have wanted covered in this that aren't. I'm not his biggest fan. I love his music, but I don't know that much about him. So if there's something you really wanted to see that wasn't in the movie, let me know in the comments. But I had a really fun time with this. You get a lot of bangers because Michael made a lot of bangers, and the music is great. It's all from the first half of his career. This movie ends with the release of Bad. So if you want, and if you were expecting to see anything after Bad, you're not gonna get that here. Off the Wall and Thriller are both here. I had a really good time with that. The arc of the film centers around Michael having conflicts with his father. He kind of wants to be more of an individual, do his own thing, but he's brought up as a member of this family dynamic. Obviously, he got famous through the Jackson 5, and he struggles with that tension between wanting to be there for his family, but also, wanting to go off and do his own thing. And his dad is really the antagonist here that he has conflict with throughout the movie. I feel like the songs that are chosen here work pretty well for most of the film. I do wish we had spent a bit more time with him as a child. I know the film is Michael Jackson. They want to spend time focusing on his career, but it's really interesting to see how his time growing up in the Jackson 5 influenced him. Being famous from a very young age has a lot of impact on your development. And obviously, this being a biopic, I can't speak for the accuracy. I don't know Michael Jackson in real life. I only know what I've read, and I haven't even read that much. I usually judge movies based on the content in the movie. I only look at the historical basis as much as it's influenced there. If there's anything that's particularly egregious or wrong in this, please let me know. Obviously, we don't get into the controversy that Michael Jackson had in his later life as this movie stops right at the release of the album Bad. It will be interesting to see because this is supposed to be a part one of two. This acts as a complete movie. We get a full character arc. You get lots of songs. It's feature length. But it will be neat to see if part two decides to delve into that or gloss over it. I think that would make for a really compelling movie to actually dig into that rather than shy away from it. But I understand both audiences and the estate of Michael Jackson might not like that. I do have a friend who was a little upset that they didn't dive deeper into the actual making of the music process. That's what he wanted the film to focus on. They don't really do that here. You get little bits and pieces, but it's primarily on his journey throughout life and, the songs, the actual songs. And yeah, it is a little bit like a music video, but I think that's what people are going for here. Some people might want to learn more about his life, but that's better suited for a documentary purpose. A music biopic should be kind of a music video collection that's strung together in a story, and that's exactly what you get here. I thought Michael was perfectly fine in that regard. There is some commentary about Michael Jackson and his time getting nose surgery and his struggles with how the media saw his appearance. Michael struggles with vertigo. I don't know if I'm saying that right. A skin condition, and obviously having that much attention on you can make it difficult to deal with visual abnormality like that. One thing that is rather jarring about this film is Janet Jackson is entirely absent. The film pretends as though she does not exist. This was very off-putting to me. From my understanding, there are some legal issues. I believe Janet didn't want to be represented, which is fine, but it does make the film a little bizarre if you're expecting it to recount reality accurately. I think Jafar Jackson gives a phenomenal performance as Michael. I liked it. I will admit I might be a bit biased on this film. I saw it on a first date with my current girlfriend. The date went really well, so that has possibly colored my opinions a little bit, but I really liked this movie, especially since I went into it with almost bottom line expectations based on critical reviews. I thought this was perfectly fine. I would rank it similarly to other music biopics, such as A Complete Unknown about Bob Dylan, or Rocket Man about Elton John. Pretty much all music biopics have been about in the 4 out of 6 category for me, and that's exactly where I put Michael. I gave it a 4 out of 6.
4 out of 6.